So, I have lived a rich life. Not really. I've lived a lot of experiences. I've actually gone out and lived life. Um, I know a lot of people never seem to leave their towns, and I've been all over the place. And I tell these anecdotes, these stories to people, and they're like, you should have a TikTok and do this. And I was like, I don't know. We'll see. So today I'd like to tell you the story of how I got banned from the state of Arizona. Not really. But um so living in Oklahoma and being born and raised in San Diego, California. I got a lot of family, or had a lot of family in San Diego, and so we would take our vacation and go to San Diego because driving to San Diego and back isn't that big of a deal, but driving to Washington and back is a much bigger deal. You're looking at 1,200 miles versus 1,900. So I would prefer to drive than take a plane or a bus. And so we would take these road trips. I learned that if I kept myself kind of hungry and a little cold, I could stay awake longer. And so this trip in particular, we left Oklahoma. It was I want to say it was in May, before it got hot. And I was driving a 62 Rambler classic sedan. And it was pretty worn out, but it made the trip just fine. And I had a jar of roasted, unsalted peanuts from Walmart. And so I would just pop the cap off, take a swig of peanuts, a mouthful of peanuts, and eat those. So over the course of the night, I ate about half that bottle of peanuts. And so we made it to Flagstaff and turned and started heading south. And somewhere out there in the desert, those peanuts got angry. And those peanuts really, really wanted out. And there wasn't really places to stop. It has changed, actually, a lot. See, this was back in 2010, I think. And so in that 15 years, God, it's been 15 years, there has been a lot of changes. But there wasn't really anywhere to stop, and I was thinking, I really need to find a place to stop. I need a rest stop. I need a gas station. I need something, and I need a bush. There wasn't really anything, and so we made it to Montezuma's castle. So Casa Verde. There was this little oasis right off the freeway. There's a little gas station there, and I don't remember if there's a cafe there or not. It's all changed now. I just looked it up on the map, and there's a Sonic there, and and a bunch of stuff there that wasn't there before. And you could see the spots where the stuff had used to have been, and now there's just like foundations there. So apparently it all got built up in those years. And so, we pull up, and I stiff-legged into the bathroom, and I find an empty stall, and the bathroom's crowded. There's a lot of people there. And so I make it into the stall, and I sit down, and I'm like, okay, well, these peanuts are angry, and they're going to be very vocal when they come out. And so I need to be discreet. And I noticed that the hand dryer would kick on, and it'd only run for about 3 seconds or so before it would shut off. And so you'd have to keep kicking it on. And so I got the idea that when it kicked on, I would push. And so I was doing that. And I was getting away with it, except that there was a smell. And the people in the stall next to me, the two stalls next to me, started coughing and gagging. And it wasn't long before the bathroom was suddenly empty and quiet, and I was all by myself. And so I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to walk out that door and there's going to be people out there and they're all going to see that I was the culprit that destroyed that bathroom. I mean, the paint was peeling on the walls. So before I could think too hard on it, the door opened and somebody walked in. These big old clodhoppers. He walked in and he kind of walks over to where my stall is, and then he kind of walks away from it. And I can't really see anything, but I could hear it and kind of place it in my mind. And I hear the hand dryer come on, but it doesn't shut off. And I'm like, what's going on? And then before I knew it, a pipe came underneath my door and started blowing me in the face. It was a leaf blower. So I was shocked, and I didn't know whether to be embarrassed or proud. And the guy left, and the bathroom filled back up with people. And I left. I went out of there, and I hauled ass to the car, and everybody was, standing around the car. And I said, "We gotta go. We gotta go. Come on, let's go. We gotta get out of here." And we left. And so we're not allowed back in Arizona. Yeah, so apparently I nuked a gas station bathroom so bad they had to send the maintenance guy in with a leaf blower to clear it out. Yeah.